I have been spending weeks in the countryside, battling with nature, or battling with what I cannot control. And I picked a place in the countryside where I am living in the middle of wildlife's land. So my house is placed in the middle of where wildlife normally can just roam. And I have to say, I have been confronted with wildlife in ways that have made me feel so destabilized and unsafe. And it has brought up a lot of really interesting feelings that I wanted to share with you today, of real unsafety in the world, really just feeling like I don't know where I am safe, I don't know where to go, I don't know where I'm supposed to be. And all of this has come on the heels of losing my second parent and my father, who passed in March. So I have been sort of catapulted by yet again what feels like another catalyst, like the one that brought me out, that brought me into my sexuality, yet another catalyst in my father's death that has catapulted me into a place where I just don't know a whole lot about where I'm supposed to be. I can't quite find my grounding, can't quite find my feet on the ground. And in this place of sort of, I'm going to call untetheredness, because that is what it feels like, I've also begun to explore what these last few years have been about for me. And when I say these last few years, I mean the last 3 years since I came on here as the lesbian curiosity coach, as a supportive figure for any of you out there that are coming out later, and to share my story, and also to share so many other women's stories to help those of you out there that are still really struggling with guilt and shame and anxiety and just feeling like you have failed by being who you authentically are. And what I realized is that these last few years were a moment in my life where I finally could use my voice as an instrument toward freedom. And that freedom was my freedom. After many years of raising my children, when I came out, they were very young. I had 3 kids under 5. And I was, I'm going to say, kind of like held or imprisoned in some way by a separation agreement that kept me from being fully free. And it was okay. I gave that up because my kids were more important to me than my freedom. And 3 years ago was when all of that, all of the attachments that I had to my prior life while I was married had disintegrated. There were no more ties. And I suddenly felt this need to speak out and to tell my story and to tell other women's stories. And I'm so glad I did, because what I learned was that my coming out story, while I have met a few women who have had something similar, was not the same as other women's stories, and that there were so many wonderful, supportive spouses to the women that I have worked with who, they were struggling, they were losing the life that they knew, but they supported their female partners or their wives to the end, and wanted what they wanted and wanted the best of them and wanted to support them through it in whatever way they could. And that was not what I lived through. I lived through instead someone who said to me, I am going to make your life as miserable as possible for as long as possible. And so when I came on here and I started to speak out and I started to use my voice as a highly introverted human, which I am not extroverted, I started to sing the song of freedom for myself and for so many of you. And that in this space of quiet that I have surrounded myself in the last many weeks, because I needed a change after my second parent died. My father died in March. I surrounded myself in silence and really actually a lot of nature. I found that these last 3 years of unboxing and building this program and working with those of you out there, or just giving a voice for you to hear, to validate your path, was my way of singing my freedom song. So for those of you that have been here with me for the last 3 years, hopefully something I have said has resonated with you. I am so very appreciative of you being here and being part of my community and being on this journey with me. And I am so excited for those of you that are now singing your own freedom. And if you are not yet able to do that, I just want to let you know, sometimes there's reasons for that, and that doesn't mean it's not there. It's coming. And I can tell you it's coming because I had to wait a long time for mine to come. So have faith that it is coming. Have faith that if you do enough work to unbox yourself from all of this conditioning that we receive from our society, that you too will be able to sing your freedom song and be authentically who you are.